And we are getting set for a little football on BTN, presented by the United States Marine Corps, the Purdue Boilermakers, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and we start our day with the Rutgers Marching Band. I wondered if Matt Millen had one more tackle in him. Let me assure you he does, because he just used it on me. That's going to hurt a while, but Jeff Brom's fired up, so's his team.
Yeah, he should. And you know what he's talking about? He's talking about accountability. And he's talking about accountability to each one of those guys in that locker room. And that's the way you go out in the field. I'm going to stop right now because I'm going to get a little bit too fired up.
Gio Ricchino is going to try to douse that fire that Purdue comes out with. This mobile quarterback for Rutgers gets his second start.
Yeah, Ricchino's, his strength really is when he can get moving. He's not really a pocket passer, but when he can get his feet and get to the outside, he creates some problems for the defense, and they're going to have that. Raheem Blackshear is a kid who has big play capability. They need what he has to offer. Be careful. Every time he's in the game, there's a reason he's in. You're going to have to stay on top of him. And Janarian Grant's a big play. So whether it's in the return game or whether it's in the passing game, he's got to be able to contribute and make at least one big play in this game.
Two programs that are in the building stage right now, and our third member of our crew is Lisa Byington. And Lisa, with that in mind, this really becomes a critical game for both teams today.
It does. When you're building a program, Kevin, you got to get past the first time since blank. And one of these teams will do that with a W here today. For Purdue, with a W, it would be the first time that Purdue has gotten 4 wins in a season since 2012. For Rutgers, it would be the first time in that same year since they've gone back-to-back conference wins. They both have talked about it. The Purdue players have even said they talked about it even as early as Friday night. They want to send these seniors out in the right way, and they know that they've only won 3 games in a season. As for Chris Ash and Rutgers, he said, hey, we have to show people what kind of progress we were making. That comes with W's. That comes with back-to-back Big Ten wins. We most certainly would hang our hat on something like that.
Well, I think you can definitely see the progress for Chris Ash's squad. It's a building process. It involves recruiting. It involves play calling. It involves continuing to build confidence in a program. But what a big win that was last week for Chris Ash and for Rutgers over Illinois.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, Kev. It's just like every game. You got to start scoring someplace. That was their first win. They need to build off that.
Purdue wins the toss. They will receive. DJ Knox waiting deep along with Jared Sparks, and we're underway. Short kickoff. It'll bounce. Knox picks it up on a hop and is buried at the 16-yard line by Bailey. DeCoven Bailey right there to drop DJ Knox, and Purdue will start deep in their own end.
Yeah, that's a small mistake. You never, ever let the ball hit the ground. In a punt or a kickoff, you've got to field that thing on the fly.
So here comes Elijah Sindelar. Moved back into a starting role last week at Wisconsin. 13 of 29, 155 yards, and an interception. No touchdowns last week for Purdue. A streak of 22 straight games with a touchdown ended last week. Touchdown pass, that is, as Sparks gets the carry on first down, and Sparks tripped up at the 36-yard line by K.J. Gray.
Jeff Brom is one of the really good play callers in the Big Ten. Jeff Brom also understands exactly what he has with his team. So he's got an average offensive line. He has no speed outside. He's got to be able to attack this defense on the edges. On the inside, he doesn't match up very well.
From the 34-yard line, off play action. They set up the screen to Knox, well defended. Knox able to slip through a crease and get a yard to the 35. Sebastian Joseph there to make the stop. And we've seen some good things from this front four for Rutgers over the course of the season.
Yeah, Kamoka Toure is the guy who can give a pass rush. They don't really have a pass rusher, but they have some good strength on the inside, particularly those tackles.
Sindelar to throw, knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver by Ross Douglas. Got a hand in there to bat it away, and it's third down.
Yeah, well done by Douglas, able to get that in. So here's where they have to win. Third down, they've got to be able to get off the field.
On 3rd and 8.
They're matching up on the outside.
Four-man pressure. Sindelar in trouble. Throws it short. The catch made by Cole Herdman, but he's short of the first down. Darnell Davis made sure. Deontay Roberts providing the late heat, and Purdue will have to punt it away. Good start for the Rutgers D.
Well done by Darnell Roberts. Just stay on top of your coverage, make the catch underneath, get off the field. Good series for Rutgers.
Joe Shopper to punt to Janarian Grant. Always dangerous with Janarian Grant back there on punt return.
He's got to make one big play in this game, Kevin, if they're going to have a shot.
3 career punt return touchdowns.
Nice kick.
Boy, Shopper got all of that one. It'll bounce into the end zone for the touchback. 58-yard punt from Shopper. Kept it out of the hands of Janarian Grant. And here comes Giovanni Ruscino out of the state of Michigan here to New Jersey to go to work. Ruscino, 89 yards passing, 41 yards rushing, and that's to Matt's point from a moment ago. Those rushing yards, his feet can be a difference.
Yeah, and just buying extra time will make a difference.
Ruscino will swing it to Edwards. Edwards at the 26-yard line. Marcus Bailey on the stop as we check out today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
Well, the first thing you're going to look at when you look at this Rutgers team is you're going to have Janarian Grant on the outside. Grant, like we said, he's got to be able to make a big play. And then I can't even read that. Raheem Blackshear, 25. I can't even read the number. I got to change these glasses. Blackshear and Bentley, both those guys are excellent players, but they've got to be able to fulfill their roles today.
2nd down and 4. Here's Edwards. And Edwards breaks a tackle, and Edwards on the run. Gus Edwards down the sideline. Does he have the speed? He does. Touchdown. First Rutgers play this season of 50 yards or more. That one, 74. Ties his career high with that 74-yard rush. And Rutgers gets a defensive stand, gets a big play, and gets the early lead. One tackle broken, the rest on number 13. Gus Edwards takes it to the house, and the Scarlet Knights in their own house with an early 7-0 lead. 12:23 remaining first quarter, 7-0. Rutgers over Purdue alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington. I'm Kevin Kugler. Let's take a look at today's Principal Financial Group keys to the game for Purdue.
Well, they already can't cross off the top when they had to be able to limit big plays, and they had to be consistent running the football. So 74 yards is something they could not afford to do. They did not need to have a big play in this game.
DJ Knox waiting deep. It'll be Knox. He'll catch this one on the fly at the 4. Ran into his own man and is down at the 14. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Trying to find a little running room as Knox twists his way to the 23. Davis on the stop. These chrome helmets are captivating, Matt. Just shiny.
Captivating.
Captivating.
Yeah.
You're not a fan of the chrome helmet?
I knew a crow that was captivating like that.
Good job by the Rutgers D, surging there to trip up DJ Knox. And it brings up 3rd down.
See if they motion, see who gets on Knox.
Sindelar. Pressure comes late over the middle. Wide open is Jared Sparks. And Sparks with a 1st down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 22 to end the first quarter of play as the Purdue Boilermakers convert on third, and we have reached the end of one quarter here in Piscataway. Good first quarter of action here between the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and the Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue trying to get a big win on the road. Rutgers trying to build on their win last week against Illinois. Through one quarter, the home team up by a score. Start of the second quarter, there are days where Grand Central Station feels like it is moving at about that pace. Usually more crowded than that. Welcome back to Piscataway. 7-0 lead for Rutgers. Starting the second quarter with Purdue down 7-0. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Little flea flicker fake. Knox on the keep and Knox on the run. Nice move in the open field. A duck under and Knox inside the 20-yard line.
Kev, there we go with the trick play. So one of the other keys of the game that we talked about. And so Knox is going to do the old okey-doke right here. Yeah, I'm going to flip it. And then he takes it. So what happened? They were in a cover two. They split the middle. You get your drops. The middle of the field's wide open. Knox just runs right down the middle of the field. Nice play.
Longest run of the season, the first over 40 yards this year. You told them to watch trick plays. If they were watching your keys to the game, they wouldn't have been fooled.
I think they'd listen. I mean, geez.
Sparks on the end around. And Sparks tripped up at the 15-yard line. KJ Gray. 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line. A little stutter by Markel Jones to find some room. He's got a first down at the 8, and it's 1st and goal. Gray again on the tackle.
They just keep on plugging at it. That's, you know, Jeff Brom is what I call a field play caller. So is Jerry Kill. Your best play callers are field guys. And what I mean by that, so they'll come up to the line of scrimmage, they're going to have like 15 things, and whatever they're feeling at the time, that's what they do.
Sindelar finding Anthrop. Well played by Jawan Harris, who had a heck of a game last week against Illinois in his first game in the secondary.
Kevin, that kid right there, it was just a receiver like 15 minutes ago. That kid understands angle. That's really hard to do. It must be his special team stuff, I don't know. But he understands angles and tackling, and he's really pretty good. Good little player.
How often do you see a guy lead the team in catches one year, and then the next year he comes off of a week where he led the team in tackles, led the team in catches, led the team in tackles? 2nd and goal at the 9. Sindelar on the keep, and Sindelar to the 5. Kevin Wilkins able to trip him up. Julius Turner got a hand on him as he ran by.
So now you're 3rd and 5. Okay. So you'd like to throw, into the end zone. That's what I'd like to do. And so if I am Rutgers defensively, I'm tightening things up. So all the angles for throws down here change, Kevin. Everything's a lot flatter. The ball has to come out on a line.
Knox gives back to Anthrop, back to Sindelar, throwing for the end zone, incomplete. Isaiah Wharton on the coverage, and he stayed with his coverage on Gregory Phillips through all that work in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't know if all that work was that necessary, especially this particular place down the field. The field has shrunk. You can't go anywhere. It's not like your coverage is running away from anything. You're staying right on top of it. But they were going to get the field goal attempt to get the first points on the board.
26-yard field goal try for Spencer Evans.
Of course, if it worked, you'd be saying, what a great call.
Yeah, absolutely. Good snap and hold. The kick by Evans, up and good. And Purdue is on the board, trailing 7-3. 12:05 remaining, first half. Good ball game here in Piscataway with Rutgers up 7-3 over Purdue. 12:05 remaining in the first half. With Matt Millen, Lisa Byington on the field, I'm Kevin Kugler. Good to have you with us. 77 degrees and sunny today.
It's gorgeous today.
It's unbelievable.
That'd just be a good day to get back on my Timber King, cut some lumber.
I'm sure you'll do that afterwards.
I just might have to do that.
Janarian Grant and Josh Hicks awaiting the kickoff from Spencer Evans. And the kickoff through the end zone for the touchback. He's been strong from the touchback spot this year. 23rd touchback. Rashino off play action. He's going to run it.
Yep, that's good.
And he picks up about 6 yards out of bounds near the 31. Miles Nash was out front blocking for him.
That's what we talked about, Kev. That's exactly what he brings, another added dimension. So as a defensive coach, you have to start accounting for his feet. You're going to play a little man coverage. You're going to be locked up in man. He's just going to take off because he's unaccounted for. That's well done by Rashino. Janarian Grant in the slot here. Down below.
Edwards in the backfield on 2nd and 5. Not much running room this time for Edwards. Plunges forward for a yard.
There was a read right there because that outside backer, he tightened it up. He saw it, and he tightened it up fast. And then Bentley plugged things pretty quick. So they're getting a pretty decent read. It's going to set up this 3rd down. This is the down they've got to be able to get off the field. Tighten your coverage a little bit. Now account for Rashino's feet.
Just a 3-man rush.
A lot of time.
Nobody open. Rashino into traffic. That ball was intercepted but out of bounds.
Yeah.
Marcus Bailey pulled it in but unable to keep the feet in. Excellent coverage. Nobody open for Rashino.
Nowhere to go with the football. It's a common, same thing we said on the other side of the football. Bailey did a nice job. 2 plays in a row. And let's see, he's going to make the pick. Let's see. There's the catch. 1 foot is, I can't tell whose foot it is.
There was a foot.
There was a foot there. Let's see if it was his. I don't know. Hey, that might bear some looking at. Apparently not.
Anthrop going back, an over-the-shoulder grab, and nowhere to run with it. Excellent coverage again by Bailey. And it'll belong to Purdue, trailing 7-3. Second series for quarterback David Blau on in relief of Elijah Sindelar, who got the start again today. Blau played 1 series last week at Wisconsin. On 1st down, trying to find a little running room is Markel Jones, but Sebastian Joseph was right there as we check in with Lisa.
After that talking to that we showed you between Jeff Brom and David Blau, the head coach kind of paused and hesitated, and then he went up to Blau and said, hey, I want you to stay ready. I want you to stay in it. We're going to give you another chance. I want you to show me something different.
It's not an easy juggling act with 2 quarterbacks. So far, Jeff Brom's able to pull it off this year. Blau off play action being chased by Joseph. He'll just tuck it. And Blau to the 26-yard line ends up getting about 5 yards on the scramble.
Which was a good decision. Okay, so that's been, to me, and when I watch him, that's been his biggest thing. He kind of paralyzes sometimes. It won't be definitive. So here we are in 3rd down. 3rd and manageable. Let's see what Rutgers does in terms of they're tightening their stuff up on the other side. I go to the tight end.
Blau over the middle, looking for the tight end, but low for Hopkins.
And a flag.
Juwan Harris was on the coverage.
An eligible player downfield. Number 53 of the offense. The penalties declined. 4th down.
Kirk Barron, the center. Penalty declined, and Purdue's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, so that throw needed to be better. He threw it way too low. He had the tight end right in the middle. You're going to watch him. So you're going to get really, I think it's 2.5 yards or something like that, and he goes past that. That's the right call. So the umpire saw it right away, threw the flag. Good call. 3.5.
Either way, beyond both of those. He was about 6 yards downfield, and it's a fake. On the run, as Schopper's got the 1st down.
Oh, that's huge. The Schopmeister comes through when he had to. That's a gutsy call because they had a free guy, Kevin, coming off the right side or the left defensive side. You're going to see him coming. Here he comes. He's just got to beat him. Now get your angle down. He ran right past it.
Richie Worship was out there blocking. Another trick play for Purdue, and this one gets a big first down.
That was a gutsy call, especially in your own territory right there.
Boy, Jeff Brom is pulling out all the stops in this first half.
If we could just get him to give it to Worship on short yards, we'd be all right.
Wow, on first down, quick slant dropped by the tight end Hopkins.
Sean Hopkins. That's a good throw. Good move, Mike.
Second and 10 at the 39. Wow, pass tipped and still caught on the sideline by Phillips. The deflection came from Lumore, but it still had enough on it to float to Phillips.
Who got that, Teray?
Nope, Lumore was a tip.
Okay.
So now a 3rd and 4. Four-man pressure. Phillips with the catch. Phillips able to keep his balance and get the first down.
That was a really great effort by Phillips. That was all on him. They made the guy miss it. He kept his balance, like you said, Kevin. Now you have to be able to secure that tackle on the backside. Morris was able to get him down, but not before the first. Big play.
Now Wharton had a chance here. That would have been short of the first.
Be if that left knee touched the ground. Let's take a look at it. Doesn't look like it. Ooh.
Boy,
that's really close. And usually when it's down like that, it could be down.
Review. The runner's knee was down, and the ball was at the 46-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 2 at the 46-yard line.
That right there, Bart Fox, that's a great shot. But I think that's pretty definitive right there.
Jeff Cervinski thought so as well. Mike Pereira thought so as well. And everybody gets a vote, so it's now 4th down. Well, not everybody, just Jeff Cervinski and company. And our replay officials today, Tom Herbert, replay official up in the booth. So 4th down, punt team comes on again. Of course, we saw a punt fake the last time. You'd really be rolling the dice if you did them back-to-back.
You're good for one a game, maybe one every 4 or 5 games. Nice kick.
Takes a nice roll for Rutgers into the end zone. Shopper's been trying to get it to stick and check up down there. So far unsuccessful. That 54-yard punt, that's 34, as Rutgers will bring it out to the 20-yard line and start things off. Edwards, nowhere to go.
Yeah, since that early big run, they've pretty much taken the run game away from them.
Bentley and Hudson combine on the stop there. Watch Big Ten football wherever you are with BTN to go and Fox Sports Go and never miss a thing all season long. Available in the App Store and Google Play. I know if Matt has trouble getting BTN to go downloaded, his grandson Matthew can handle that task.
Oh, he can crush it.
2nd and 9 at the 21.
Oh, he got him on a swing route wide open. Oh, he missed it.
And now he falls. He had wide open Blackshear down the sideline.
Nobody with him. Hudson saw it late. He had nothing but green in between. Here he's going to come here, right down here on a nice swing, right down that side. Watch this. Nobody takes. See, that's a nice pick. Oh, it's wide open, and he falls. That's a wasted opportunity right there, Kev.
Third and long. It'll be Blackshear. And nothing doing. Well defended by Marcus Bailey, and Purdue stops Rutgers on 3 downs. They used the timeout. 1 timeout remaining for Purdue.
Purdue. They're second of the half. Please repeat the game.
Right before the punt, a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. Purdue down 7-3. Despite having a huge advantage in yardage, not been able to punch it in. Anthrop, a lot of hang time, forces him to call the fair catch. A good field position for Purdue. 2:10 remaining until halftime. One timeout left for the Boilermakers. From the 47-yard line, off play action. Sindelar looking deep, looking for Phillips, and it's intercepted. Picked off by K.J. Gray.
Never saw him. Eyeballed it the whole way. K.J. Gray was in the middle of the field, read it the entire time. He had Phillips wide open, couldn't get the ball there in time. It needed to be pushed out to his right side, not to the inside. The safety he never sees. I mean, he just tracks us. That's too easy.
8th interception this year for Rutgers. They had 8 all of last year. Jane Eamon's defense really stepping up.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had that. He had the coverage. He had it beat. He was over the top. He needed to be, the ball needed to be thrown to the outside where the safety can't get to it.
From the 25, extra pressure. Riccinio looking for the sidelines, too tall for Grant.
That's intended for Grant is incomplete. Second and 10 on the 25.
And move Riccinio around a little bit. He's better when he's throwing on the run. And he also threatens the edge for the defense, which makes you have to account for him.
On 2nd and 10, Blackshear trying to get to the edge. He will not do it. Tackle by Okonye. And now 3rd down, and a timeout's going to be utilized by Purdue.
That's a good call by Jeff Brom. So you're down to a $1:15, $1:13.
They're Purdue. It's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout as well. Purdue is now out of timeouts. If you're Rutgers, you run it, right?
You have to run the football, and you listen to Desposito in the background.
And there's the run. Not much room for Martin as he gets to the 24, picks up a couple miles on the stop, and now the clock will run. Purdue powerless to stop it.
So you're one of 2 schools of thought right here. So you're either going to load up and bring everybody and try to get a block, or you're going to hold everybody up at the line of scrimmage and try to give your return guy, Anthrop, some way to run.
Rutgers gets the football to start the second half. They'll punt it away here in the late stages of the first half.
Yeah, they're going to hold them up. Looks like a left return.
Good punt again from Anderson. Anthrop has no choice but to go out of bounds. Excellent punt by Anderson.
24 seconds. 24 seconds. You could use the whole field as long as you're throwing first downs. Clock will stop. So I don't know if they have that kind of confidence in their quarterbacks, to be frank with you.
And just threw an interception a moment ago. Anthrop in motion on first down. And the shovel pass is incomplete. Little hesitation, looking for Knox, and it's incomplete. 2nd down.
See, he was going to try to sneak that back underneath. He came back with the trips to one side. He looked hard that way, and then he's going to flick it back underneath.
Knox will run, and Purdue will likely head to the locker room after that carry. Rutgers has started their way to the locker room, as will the Boilermakers, and that is how the first half will end. Both teams with some moments. Rutgers' moment resulted in a touchdown, and that's the difference in this ballgame. Halftime here in Piscataway. Rutgers 7, Purdue 3. Both these teams trying to make their fans believers in the rebuild that's going on at both Purdue and Rutgers. Rutgers with a 7-3 lead over Purdue as we get set to start the third quarter. And one area that will certainly create some concern for Purdue, drop passes.
Well, wasn't a good pass from Mahongo in the first half. I mean, there was balls, and that was a tough one, but there were balls that just went right through his hands and shouldn't have happened.
Tough first half in that regard. Lisa Byington's had the chance to check in on both sidelines. Lisa, what'd you find out?
Well, our offense has to be a reason we're going to win this game, not the reason we're going to lose this game. That was the message that Jeff Brom is going to tell his team here in the locker room. He is going to start with Elijah Sindelar in the second half, but I got the feeling that his quarterbacks are on a very short leash here in the second half. Every question about his offense, Brom shook his head, very, very discouraged. Chris Ash for Rutgers said, we survived the first half, but we need to win the second half. He said he was not satisfied with his defense, and he said in true Jeff Brom fashion, they're showing us a lot of looks that we haven't seen yet this year.
And they knew that was going to happen, Kev. They knew the looks were going to happen. They knew the trick plays were going to happen, the different formations. You have to be ready for that. And sometimes you just have to be ready by just playing base defense.
Here we go to start this second half. It'll be Rutgers football. There's Janarian Grant. Matt talked about it in the pregame. Could Janarian Grant see today as the day that he'd break a big play?
He needs to.
Second half underway. Grant not going to have a chance to return this touchback as the offense will go to work at the 25-yard line. Jabby in motion. Edwards, the running back. Giovanni Ruscino back out at quarterback. And Edwards with the carry, breaks the Hudson tackle, and Edwards with good yardage on first down, a pickup of 8.
Hudson had a perfect read and missed him. It's just, I mean, it was a perfect read. Get right in the backfield, ready to make the play, and he just kind of, he missed it. Break down, come inside out. His problem was he got too high to the right side.
Didn't miss a lot of those last week when he moved into a big-time role with the injury to T.J. McCollum.
It's been a very conservative plan.
Martin the carry. Martin with a first down. Tripped up by Marcus Bailey again, but Robert Martin able to move the chains. No 3 and out on this possession for Rutgers.
Well, and that's, you know, part of that there is Ruscino's feet again. He becomes part of it when they're going to run the option because you have to account for those feet. And so all it does, Kevin, even if it creates a little hesitation on the defender's side, it works.
From the 43 on first down, Ruscino off play action, found Washington over the middle, and that's another first down. Twisting his way to Purdue 42. Mosley and Thieneman on the stop. Good protection that time for Ruscino.
And I'd use Washington a lot more. Washington can get on top of these backers. They're coming downhill fast. And they are biting on play action stuff. They're biting in the run game. Get Washington on top of them.
He's got 18 catches now this year. Rutgers tight ends all of last year had 16 total.
I think he's got a chance to go to the next level. I think he's a pretty decent player.
First and 10 at the 42. Martin the carry. Got the corner. Martin down the sideline and nudged out by Mosley. The passing game is opening up the running game a little bit now.
Yeah, well, Dwan Hunt had a free. He has to make that play. He comes clean. This is his play. You've got to make it. He came up a little bit too far on the inside. You got to had a better angle from the outside in. Instead, he gives up a big first down.
And Rutgers on the move, trying to add to the 7-3 lead. From the Purdue 26-yard line, Ruscino using his legs, in some trouble. Maybe a half-yard gain is all. Marcus Bailey was the first guy there that made him turn back.
That's good. But that's what you need to do. He doesn't have to do it all the time. Just use, especially roll him out when he's in the passing game. Don't just sit him in that pocket the whole time. Roll him and let him buy a little bit. He throws on the run pretty well.
Most effective drive right here since the opening drive that was capped with that 74-yard touchdown run. 2nd and 20 at the 36. Delayed handoff to Edwards, and Edwards a yard to the 35. Jawan Bentley on the stop. Tuesday at 9 Eastern. Get an all-access look at the Big Ten football season on the journey. Then at 10, Troy Johnson and Jenny Dell show you the best places to dine around the conference on Campus Eats, presented by Eat Street. It's all Tuesday right here on BTN.
I watch Campus Eats sometimes, and that stuff looks awesome. And I wonder, how do I get to the place? And they never really say it at the end, like where I should go.
You need to quit calling them, though, every day and saying, I'm available.
I know.
Texting Jenny Dell. Dear Jenny, it's Matt.
Such a bad habit.
3rd and 19.
Oh, he's got it.
Rashino with Blackshear down the sideline. Blackshear, touchdown.
Big play in space, Kev. Get him matched up on a backer, or in this particular case, the defensive end. He's not going to run with him.
Very similar to the opposite side of the field of a play they missed in the first half.
Absolutely. That would have been 6 as well.
They tried it up the left sideline in the first half and came up empty. This time, Rashino able to find Raheem Blackshear from 35 yards out. He does the rest. Andrew Hart for the extra point to make it a 14-3 Rutgers lead.
So this is what we talked about. Get in space. Anytime you can get him out in space, you got a chance. Now, Easy Chukwu, they have no shot with that. They came with pressure in the blitz. Easy Chukwu tried to fall off of it. Didn't work.
Only one fallen was Blackshear. 8:02 to play in the third. Rutgers 14, Purdue 3. Talking with Chris Ash yesterday, and he said, look, the way you build a program, you've got to win games. You've got to start winning games. They're looking for their first back-to-back Big Ten victories since joining the conference. But what a lift it would be to his rebuilding project if Rutgers could build a little momentum. They beat Illinois on the road, now up over a very improved Purdue team, 14-3. DJ Knox trying to provide a spark for the Boilermakers, and he is stopped at the 20-yard line.
Kevin, that last play, the defensive coordinator Nick Holt from Purdue, he tried to get too aggressive, put his players in a bad position.
On first down, quick toss, catch made by Isaac Zico, but a good tackle by Trevor Morris before Zico could turn it upfield.
Okay, so let's go back to what we said at the beginning of the game. So this is an offense that has no speed. This is an offense that can't stretch the field. Everything is within 10 yards. That's going to be, it's tough. That's tough rowing down there when you're trying to go 80 or 70 yards by getting 6 and 5 yards every play.
2nd down and 8 at the 22. Fake on the motion. Sindelar throws to the motion man Jones. Jones at the 25, a first down at the 30. And Markel Jones fights his way near the 35, a pickup of 13 before he stood up.
I like Markel Jones. And he gives you everything he's got. And he's a well-rounded back. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. He'll give you what he has on the inside. Better inside runner than outside runner. He doesn't have much speed to get to the edge. But he gives you everything, and he's dependable. I think you win with a guy like that.
And he's a guy who's, in his career, gotten better as the game's gone on. In his career, when you get to the 4th, he's averaging over 6 yards per carry. He's in motion again, gets the carry, able to step through a couple of tackles and gets positive yardage out to the 40, a pickup of 5 for Markel Jones.
And there's 5 yards, and you're like, how the heck did he get it?
Right.
He's a patient runner. He has a nice feel. He slips things pretty well. He's fun to watch.
Second down and 5 at the 40. Worship the carry. Worship with a first down. A little hurdle from the big man. And Worship tripped up at the 33. Jawan Harris pulls Richie Worship down at the ankles after Kevin Wilkins and K.J. Gray both swung and missed.
This is a really nice run. Nice cut. Run it with your eyes, and now watch a little hurdle right there. That's well done.
A little timing, a little pace. Worship on the edge, and Worship leaning across the 25. Harris again on the stop. And
they're on a move.
Worship says, I'd like to get a breather, please. I weigh 260 pounds.
Nice couple of plays by the Worship.
We've seen good things out of him today.
Yeah, I mean, there's good in both these. You see him in both sides. It's just not consistent.
From the Rutgers 24, Purdue trying to answer. Here's DJ Knox. Steps through one tackle and knocks down at the 19 in the arms of Trevor Morris.
Pick up another 5 yards for 2nd and 5. That's what I mean, you can't ask for more than that. So this has been their nemesis right down here in the red zone. So you've got to be able to find a way to punch it into the end zone.
58%, Matt, their touchdown percentage this year, one of the lowest in the Big Ten Conference. 2nd and 5 at the 19. Knox the carry again. Breaking tackles, and Knox running with another first down just shy of the 10.
Just over the 10, so you can still get a first down. This is down here. This is where you need some height, or if you're going to use your speed, you use it for crossing routes. They don't have any speed. I would go with bunch packages and try to create some kind of picks or rubs, and you're going to see that down here on the bottom, right down here.
Jones in some trouble. Good penetration on that one from Willington Prevalon.
Prevalon, every now and then you'll see Prevalon gets off the ball pretty darn well, number 96. He's got a nice big body. I mean, he's, again, a little bit inconsistent. But sometimes he comes off the ball and you're like, whoa, that looks really good.
Matt, that Rutgers defensive line's been solid today.
Yeah, they have.
2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line. Sindelar on the roll, throws it short. The catch is made by Mahungu, and Isaiah Wharton with the tackle. Good tackle by Wharton.
It was a nice tackle by Wharton, but the ball needed to come out quicker. He waited too long. You got to get in Mahungu's hands right away so he can get up the field. Now you got 3rd and whatever it is, 3rd and 6.
Boy, what a giant down here for Purdue. Rutgers defense trying to hold them to a field goal try.
See what they're going to do.
1 for 9 on 3rd. Sindelar to the air. Incomplete. Phillips got his hands on it. It had some heat. Wharton on the coverage, and now 4th down. And the field goal unit comes on for Purdue.
Look, that's got to be caught. I don't want to be hard. Look, they're college kids, but you're playing at this level as the Big Ten. Make the catch.
24-yard field goal try for J.D. Dellinger. And Dellinger's kick is good. And Purdue back on the board, but with only 3, not the 7 they wanted. Still down by 8.
Still 1 score.
The Knights standing guard, keeping Purdue out of the end zone right now. 14-6. Rutgers with the lead. 3:20 remaining in the 3rd, alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Yeah, that's the best thing that they've done. So this defense, look, they've bent a little bit. They've given up some yards, but they've kept them out from 6 points. Only 2 field goals. This defense has been hanging in there.
Janarian Grant, a yard deep. Here he comes, looking to make a play. And Grant slips through a crease. Janarian Grant a shoelace away from a giant return. Ruscino to throw on 1st down. Lots of time looking down the sideline for his tight end, Washington, and just a little too far. Okonye out there on the coverage.
And Izuchukwu, they put a lot of pressure on him. Izuchukwu.
Timeout as we've reached the end of the 3rd. Good 4th quarter coming at Piscataway. Purdue trying to rally on the road as we start the 4th quarter with Rutgers up 14-6. Ruscino finds Blackshear on the sideline, and Blackshear banged out of bounds by Okonye at the 40-yard line. Gus Edwards with the spark early for Rutgers.
Good balance, good finish.
Raheem Blackshear then with the third quarter spark finds the sideline and does the rest.
A nice mismatch on a backer. Should win that every time.
The 2 touchdowns have been scored by Edwards and Blackshear, and it's Blackshear who's in on 3rd and 5. Pressure coming.
Wide open.
And Blackshear, the intended receiver, but it was Easy Chukwu who was bearing down on Giovanni Ruscino.
Yeah, Easy Chukwu. He has had nice pressure. That what he's really been ineffective is in coverage. He came. That's a nice job. Really nice job. Nice hit. Nice follow through. But in coverage is where he's been beaten by Blackshear a couple times.
Chris Ash going to lean on his defense for the final 14-24 of this one.
Roger.
4th down and 5 at the 41. Anthrop will call for the fair catch, makes it at the 10. Purdue pinned deep, down a score. Swing pass, Jones looking for the corner, and he steps over Jawan Harris as he runs out of bounds at the 1st down marker.
Kevin, if we could chart all the throws that have been thrown today, I don't know if we would see one of them over 10 yards. Everything has been underneath. Everything has been quick, and that's exactly what we expected. It's just tough to move the football this way.
Another swing pass. Looking for some running room as Mahungu, and a good tackle made by Jawan Harris, because, Matt, if Mahungu can get away from Harris, there wasn't much back down that sideline to stop him.
Yeah, there was nothing behind him, but he's not a quick twitch guy. He's kind of a long strider type of guy, so he needs to get a little steam built up before he gets top speed. Now you got the big boy worshiping. Work him.
Play action. Sindelar with pressure up the middle, looking deep for Mahungu, and it's intercepted. Damon Hayes with the pick at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're not very good on 3rd down. They aren't good on 1st down either. Yeah, this is actually Mahungu. He's got to be able to turn into a defender right there. You cannot let that ball be caught. You got to go get that thing, knock it away. Nobody's going to catch it. Let's see if he secured this ball all the way through. Yeah, he did.
Really good pick by Damon Hayes, who moved into that starting role when Blasson Austin tore his ACL a couple of weeks ago against Nebraska.
Really nice play. Well done.
Hayes with the pick. And now Ruscino and the Rutgers offense trying to burn some clock with an 8-point lead. Rutgers looking for their first back-to-back conference wins in the Big Ten since they joined the league, and Edwards pounds forward for a couple to the 42.
Jerry Kill is just going to keep this thing right square on the ground. So Purdue hasn't proved that they could convert on a 3rd down and drive the whole length of the field. And as long as those things are true, all you're going to do is just run the football, let my defense do what they have to do, and we'll get out of here with a win. And that's smart.
And as Chris Ash told Lisa before the game, back-to-back conference wins for the first time as a member of the Big Ten. That is something they can definitely hang their hat on as a rebuilding program. Ruscino off play action, finds the tight end, and an excellent play all the way around. Navon Mosley finishing it off, but Purdue defended that from start to finish.
Yeah, they read the whole thing really well. Of course, they're in man coverage. You should be able to see that right away. Sets up this 3rd down. It's been a conservative second half here play calling for Jerry Kill, and I understand why. So right now he's saying, look, they can't drive the field. So
just 5-23 in the Big Ten since joining in 2014. Looking for win number 6 today. 3rd and 8. Pressure coming. Rashino in trouble, and he's sacked. Josh Okonye with his first sack of the year.
Yeah, that's on Rashino. He needed to see that faster. He showed it. He showed it really early. And so he tries to run away from it. You can see him. He's right here. He's going to come back down inside. So his eyeballs, he's got to see. He sees it. He's right there. He can't wait that long. The ball has to come out quick. Anytime you have a corner coming that way, your receiver should be in a hot, be able to throw it quickly.
Rutgers burns about 2 minutes off the clock as Anderson comes on to punt to Anthrop.
Purdue defense came through again.
Anthrop will watch that one sail out of bounds. Anderson not getting, and a late flag comes in. Anderson didn't get the angle that he wanted. It's out at the 31. Jones sweeps the outside, shoved out by Morris at the 40-yard line, but a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, you'll take that. 2nd and 2.5 to 3. Here they go again.
Yep. Common theme today has been racking up yardage in between the 20s. They're closing in on 400 total yards.
Yeah, and they've been terrible on 3rd down.
1 for 12 on 3rd down. Jones again with the carry, and Jones fights his way, and it looks like he's got the 1st down.
Well, he gave right foot or left foot, depends.
And it is a 1st down.
Yeah, gave him the right foot.
When they lost to Michigan, they were 0 for 12 on 3rd down. When they lost at Wisconsin last week, they were 3 for 11. In fact, coming in the 3 losses this year, converting just 21% of their 3rd downs.
Yeah, not good enough, obviously. So Blau, what he has to be able to do, be decisive.
They fake the swing, looking for Anthrop, and the pass incomplete. 2nd down.
Needed to let that thing develop just a tad more. Anthrop got on top of his coverage. Did a nice job in his safeties coming over the top there, though.
Ty Hester looked like came over to help.
He did a nice job. All right, so here's what they have to be able to. You have to get about maybe 7 or 8 yards here. You don't have to get the whole thing, but you got to give yourself a chance on 3rd.
Worship back into the backfield on 2nd and 15. Wow, over the middle. Catch is made by Wright, and Wright fights his way past the original line of scrimmage, leaving a 3rd and 9.
I would just sit in the zone. Sit in the zone and match it up. You don't need to give him a lot of pressure.
Four-man pressure. Blau in trouble. Toure on his heels. Blau stopped short of the 1st down by Trevor Morris.
At 4 minutes, you got to go for it.
They've got all 3 of their timeouts, and they've been able to stymie them.
Here's why.
Okay.
Because his defense has been stellar. His defense has given up 2 touchdowns, and that's it. So he's going to count on it one more time right here.
They are going on 4th and 5 at the Purdue 48. Wow, pressure up the middle, flag down, pass incomplete. He was looking for Herdman. The flag is thrown, and we'll wait and see what the ruling is.
Holding. Offense number 79. Penalties decline.
They can't get out of their own way.
Downs. 1st down and 10. Full media timeout.
Purdue cannot convert, and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights looking for their 2nd straight conference win. Rutgers fans trying to keep the celebration going. They're up 14-6 right now. First down, carry for Edwards, and Edwards stopped at midfield. That's a loss of 2. Derek Barnes with the tackle.
I like Barnes. Barnes running around there pretty darn physical this game.
Second down and 12 now at midfield.
Now, it's a little bit different when you know it's a run. They're trying to run the ball out, and you can get a nice beat and draw on them, but you still have to run through the locks.
Purdue with all 3 timeouts left, opting not to use one there. On 2nd and 12, Rashino just going to keep it and falls down at midfield. No gain on the play.
It's okay. He's looking at clock. I might take a timeout right there.
Purdue hanging on to their timeouts.
We have 3rd down. They'll do it. Yeah.
So 3rd and 12. Rutgers will run this clock down. Take another 15 seconds off. So it'll be about 2.5 before they snap it. Rashino on 3rd and 12. Just a swing pass. Edwards with the catch. He's going to lose yardage. And now the timeout used by Purdue. 5 straight possessions, a 3 and out. Purdue's going to get one more shot here in Piscataway. Jeff Brom trying to pull victory out of the jaws of defeat. Purdue has trailed throughout, down 14-6, but 2 timeouts, 1 possession to go to try to tie this up.
And the clock stops on every first down you make.
Anthrop, the deep man, awaiting the Ryan Anderson punt. Pressure coming, and Anderson just got rid of it. There will be no flag, and Anderson shanks it out of bounds.
That's the 2nd week in a row we've seen in the punt game affect the punt. That was a shankadelic.
So out at the 30-yard line, Anthony Mahungu was the guy who came in.
Yeah, Mahungu comes straight through, and he's a long guy. He does a nice job of avoiding the kicker.
Yep, just twists around at the last minute there, and Anderson trying to bait the call. And it'll be David Blau trying to lead his team back.
It's got to be decisive. Push the ball down the field more than 5 yards at a time.
Blau to the sideline, and the ball incomplete. Phillips had it. The hit came from Wharton, and the ball popped out.
How many drops have they had today? Like
at least 6 or 7.
I mean, yeah, it's been not good. Now, as a receiver, you've got to know where the sticks are. You've got to get the first because the clock's going to keep running if you don't.
2nd and 10 at the 30. 4-man rush. Blau in trouble. Blau gets away. Somehow worked his way out of that. And a first down and more for Blau to midfield.
That's a big-time play by Blau. There was nothing there. He didn't see anything down the field. And then it closed in quickly, and he had the wherewithal to be able to get out and pick up a huge first down.
21-yard scramble to the Rutgers 49. Blau to the air on first down, and a diving catch is made by Gregory Phillips inbounds.
Yeah, but you got to get up there. Get to the line of scrimmage. Get to the line of scrimmage. Where's your pace? Let's go. $1:30.
Still 2 timeouts to use. 2nd and 10 at the 32.
There it is, wide in the middle.
Goes to the sideline instead to Jones, and Jones down in the arms of Trevor Morris at the 31. Got the ball out of bounds, so he stuck it out of bounds. Look at that.
That's what I'm telling you about Markel Jones. He's just one of those guys. He's just a good all-around football player. You win with those guys.
3rd and 9. 1 for 13 on 3rd down today.
He could use the middle of the field. It was open before. Again, cover 2. wide open.
Blau hit as he throws. High throw caught by Terry Wright. First down.
Right in the middle of the field where they had you. Safety got out of there. They vacated the area. Got a little bit of pressure, but ball's where it had to be. You're just under a minute.
They still have 2 timeouts, opting not to use them. 50 seconds to go. Blau with time. Nobody open.
Run.
Blau heads for the sideline and goes out of bounds.
That's okay. Live for another down. You still have 39 seconds to go.
Badeke and Toure there to chase him out. The ball at the 12. Or rather, at the 12-yard line. Where are they going to spot it? At the 10 now.
10. All right, protection's big here. Ball's going to come out relatively quick. But let's see what they're doing in terms of coverage. He's still sitting in his two. Now he's dropping him down. He's going man single high. Ball's going outside.
Timeout taken by Rutgers.
Rutgers.
We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout of our own. A finish coming up. The officials on the field spotting this a good 4 yards past where he went out of bounds. It's 2nd and 5 at the 10. Blau. Pressure coming. Blau in trouble. Able to step away again. Throws. Deflected and incomplete. There's a flag in the end zone. Now the pass was deflected prior to getting to the end zone.
That won't, if it's a hold or a grab, that won't matter. But if it was tipped and he hit him beforehand, then it would make a difference. They'd pull the flag.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference as the ball was tipped. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
That actually was a really good job by Blau. So it's tipped right there. And so, yes, for that right there, they will not call that. If it was something that he grabbed him earlier before the ball was thrown, then yes, but not on a play like that.
Really good job with that officiating crew after the missed spot. They came back in that one and were able to convene, get the call right, and now 3rd and 5. Worship to the right of Blau. Floats it for Mahungu in the end zone, looking for a one-handed grab. Touchdown! Anthony Mahungu with the best catch of the day on a day in which drops were the story.
He saved his best to last, Kevin. Did not have a stellar day, but this is a phenomenal catch. There's the control. The foot was down. He has control all the way through. Awesome effort.
A one-arm touchdown grab with 25 seconds to go for Purdue.
Now you got to get 2.
That's a BTN standout with an exclamation point at the end of the hashtag. What a catch.
Only one play matters right now. Only one call matters right now. You've got to get the 2. Nice bunch. Let's see if they don't try to make a pick to the top side and get Worship out in the flat.
There's Mahungu in motion. Blau on the roll. Blau.
Too late.
Back over the middle. Incomplete. Rutgers by a pair with 25 seconds to go.
Once that play continues, the longer it goes, the less likely it is to be successful because all those defenders are coming into that area.
For Rutgers, as they try to rebuild, back-to-back conference wins, that's going to get the head coach excited, and Chris Ash certainly is. Now they're going to have to recover an onside kick. This thing is not over yet. There's still a play that needs to be made for Chris Ash to get that 2nd straight conference win. And the first time, again, since Rutgers joined the Big Ten, that they would have consecutive conference wins. It is nail-biting time.
That's funny.
Even a little okey-doke on the onside.
I go right down the middle. There's nobody there.
Back the other way. Ball loose.
Didn't go far enough.
And out of bounds.
Good win for Chris Ash.
Offside on the kicking team. Penalties decline. Kick catch. Ball was kicked out of bounds. 5-yard penalty from that spot. First down and 10.
There's a happy head coach right now, about to go 2-2 now in Big Ten play. As we take a look at our Duluth Trading hardest working player, and Gus Edwards is that guy. 14 carries, 94 yards. And his big touchdown run really set the tone early for Rutgers.
Yeah, and his tough, hard-nosed play all game long. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's a program guy. And he's a good football player, and he's fun to watch, and a nice game.
Both coaches entered this game, Matt, saying this was a pivotal game for both of these rebuilds because it was a winnable game for both of these programs. And Rutgers is going to do something they've not gotten to do very often. Line up in the victory formation in conference play and take a knee. Their 6th conference win since joining the Big Ten. But more importantly for Chris Ash and the rebuild that's going on at Rutgers, back-to-back Big Ten wins as Purdue takes the timeout.
Good for Chris. Michigan, Penn State a little bit later on today. It'll be a fun game to watch.
Purdue, meanwhile, will head back home. They've got Nebraska on BTN next week. Then they end with Illinois, Northwestern, Iowa, and Indiana. It is still not out of the realm of possibility that Purdue gets themselves into bowling contention.
You know what? They couldn't get out of their own way today. There's a limited roster. They're working from within that roster. It's tough. It's tough sledding right now.
Boy, what a win for Rutgers and Chris Ash. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights win it 14-12 over the Purdue Boilermakers as we go downstairs to Lisa Byington.
Well, the first time you've won back-to-back conference games since you've been a Big Ten member. What kind of step is this for you in this program?
It's huge. We talked about just building up, and wanting that breakthrough moment, and we'll see if this is it. But really happy for these guys. Again, they just laid it all on the line, played outstanding on defense tonight. It wasn't great, but we made the plays we needed to. Just so happy for these guys.
What was it like for you from the sideline as Purdue was driving down the field at the end of the game?
Sickening, to be honest with you. You know, I had faith that our defense would make a stop. We've done it all afternoon. We did it in the second half and didn't know when it would be, but I knew we'd make a stop.
How did you make a stop? You made time and time again, and especially on third down.
Effort, that's it, man. The guys gave tremendous effort, played really hard. We weren't perfect, but we just played so hard, and I'm just so happy for the guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes, Matt, that's the hardest thing to do is get that effort, and they did. It's going to be a happy group of Scarlet Knights as they head to the locker room. That'll do it from High Point Solution Stadium. Our final score, 14-12. Rutgers gets the win. Our BTN doubleheader continues next as the Fighting Illini take on the Gophers. For Matt Millen and Lisa Byington, I'm Kevin Kugler saying so long from Piscataway. Let's go to Mike and the gang in Chicago for Game Break.